Welcome back to another episode of the Edwards Productions with Trika and Twan. Today we will be talking about marriage. So, what do you have to say after 12 years of wonderful marriage to me? What do you have to say, Ben?
It's been going better than expected.
Oh.
You know, I'm enjoying it, enjoying the ride.
Enjoying the ride. Wow.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, 12 wonderful years of marriage.
Yeah.
Been together, 15 years
Yeah, almost
now?
15 years.
Yeah, almost 15 years. Thought this would be a good topic to talk about because, you know, military background, you see a lot of divorce. Just being around people who've had like different things that have happened in their lives that, you know, had them unexpectedly or expectedly, you know, fall apart. So we've been together, going strong. I'm happy.
I'm happy too.
Okay, he's happy. So we're doing our part.
Yeah.
I think first, you know, just getting married at a very young age. We was married at 21, right when we turned 21.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was, for me, you know, a scarier experience because I knew that she was the person I wanted to be with, but I knew that we were so young and we didn't have nothing, you know. So, you know, I was like, you know, thinking that, you know, it's best to be married at like 35, you know, around there, you know, before we really have kids and really start your lives, which I still think is the best way to go if you have no kids.
Oh, okay. To wait after 30.
Around 34, man, you know,
Okay.
usually married a little younger, so around like 28, 29-year-old woman, you know, be 35, 34, 35. You know, that's when you know yourself because, you know, while we've been together, we've grown together, you know, so we've become adults together. So my ways kind of merged, you know, to you because I wanted to make sure that you were happy, you know, and I'm guessing that you did the same. That's why we've, you know, constantly been happy. So, you know, we haven't discovered who we really are. So we're still trying to grow and, you know, take ourselves from the young version of us and be mature and adults and do that while having kids and trying to teach them how to be an adult.
All at the same time.
All at the same time.
It's been a lot. But we've been doing good so far. So I think that's good.
All right. So,
We
all
gotta
right.
compromise.
So back to it, right. So, okay, you say compromise, but I would say compromise is majority of our marriage, but it's not the most important thing, but compromise is a huge thing that you have to do in a marriage, you know. They say, you know, it's not supposed to be, you know, 50-50, you know, it's supposed to be, you know, you give 100% and your other gives 100%, but they all, if you know math, that all means the same. So if I'm giving one, she's giving one, that means we're putting in just as equal as the same. So we've always been in a marriage where we you know, push 50-50. You know, I'm giving 100%, she's giving 100%, and that's, you know, half of our marriage. You know, we don't feel like someone is doing more than what they than the other, you know, because that just builds disgruntledness, it builds unhappiness, you know, that builds a selfish attitude, you know, to where it's all about you and not the other.
Right, but we have to communicate. That way we know if something is bothering the other person. If you don't speak up and let the other person know, like he always says, I'm not a mind reader. I'm like, well, I don't know why you're not a mind reader. But so if you're not a mind reader, then okay, I have to learn how to speak up and tell him, all right, this isn't working. You need to do this. Try to do better. You know, we got to work this out before things go from 0 to 100 and it's a disaster. So we always try to catch that while we're still at 0 to 1 or 2. Keep it like, okay, something's going on here. Let's talk about it.
So yeah, and that's why, you know, she wanted to do notes and wanted to like, you know, plan this. And I'm like, man, just if we speaking from our heart, you know, we be able to talk about this because this is what we've been doing and we feel strongly about it. Because we haven't touched on anything that's been on this paper that she took notes on, you know, because she knows that I've been telling her about communication, you know, from the start. You know, we learned our lessons plenty of times. You know, if you're just holding it in and you're unhappy, then it will continue to be that way. You will continue to be unhappy. So, I mean, I don't want to put it out there, but, you know, when we were young, we don't know how to cook. We don't know how to, you know, hold a household. And I've never been an ancient guy, you know, that's saying, you know, the man, you know, he works, you know, and the woman, she just, you know, cooks and cleans, you know. But I don't know anything about cooking, and neither did she. But I know when she started cooking, you know, there was things that I did not like. So why would I hold my tongue and just keep eating something that I didn't enjoy? Even though I know she's taking the time, you know, out of her day to cook us and prepare us a meal, you know, which I am thankful for. I have gratitude for her doing that. But it's okay to say, okay, hey, well, let's try to do it differently this way, or maybe I can help do it this way. You know, it's okay to take critiques, you know, in your marriage, because you want your spouse, your better half, to be able to critique your work. You know, I mean, they're going to be the ones that's 100% honest with you, you know, throughout the entire process. As
long as it's constructive criticism and they don't say it in a demeaning way, like, you stupid blah blah, I don't want this food, and they throw it in the trash or in your face, and like, whoa, that's definitely not going to help. But if you just say, hey babe, did you put a lot of salt in this? Maybe next time, not so much salt. Or even now, he still might say, might need a little bit more flavor. So now I'm putting all kind of seasoning, because we need lots of flavor in the food. And I didn't know, because the recipe most of the time would just say add salt and pepper, and that's all it said. A little salt, a little pepper, that's all you need for this recipe.
She's learned now,
and
you know.
need more than salt and pepper for the recipe.
Over years of cooking now, she knows now that salt and pepper ain't the only type of seasoning that you're going to need for a meal.
Right.
So, I mean, just touching on that was just one example, but another thing that she keyed on is, you know, how you talk to your significant other. You know, so me as a man, I feel like, you know, if I'm going to marry someone, if she is my wife, then I'm going to treat her as such. You know, I will always respect her and never want her to feel that she's not who she, you know, is supposed to be. You know, I'm going to be supportive at all times, but that is the number one thing I think as a man, you know, in a household, you know, showing your kids how to treat a woman is you should never degrade her. You should never put her down to make her feel less than what she is, because she is your queen. She's the one, you know, that does everything for this house. You know, you know, I mean, I would feel like I am somebody without her, but I know I would not be complete without my wife. So, you know, I think that should be in everybody's repertoire of just, you know, making sure they're respectful of each other.
Oh, it's so sweet.
Oh, man, whatever. Whatever.
All right, anything else we want to add to this little segment on marriage, getting married at a young age?
Yeah, so that means there's plenty of places that we can go, and again, we haven't touched on anything except divorces, you know, in the military, and where you see the divorce rate being so high and how we made it through. But other than that, there's nothing on this paper that we even touched, so there's plenty other topics that we would talk about, you know, in the future. You know, we don't have to touch it all in one, you know, one video. So.
All right, so I'm going to sip on my coffee and then get ready to cook dinner. Until next time, this another episode with the Eris Productions with Trika and Twine.
Peace. God bless.